Якщо ти подивився по цінам, реагенти.
Ну, реагенты, я с ключом согласовал.
Привіт, Танюшка.
Hi, Nikos.
Hi, Daniel. Good
Good
morning
to,
from Greece. How are you?
good to see you. Fine, thanks. We are just finalizing, arranging the last things, and I've seen you arriving. This is why I was saying hello.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So I believe that everyone has something to drink, at least coffee, because today we will talk about coffee, about water for coffee, but also we have prepared some nice slides how chemists look at coffee beans, chemical view on coffee. Was it easy for everyone to join this time, or there were some troubles? We may ask Nikos. Nikos has a camera on. So everything was fine. Okay. Because I have some emails that people cannot join. So while we are waiting, we can discuss the Easter traditions in various countries. Daniel, you may start with Spain. If you wish, of course.
Yeah, no, it's nice from our side as Catholics that we mainly are. We have already done it. It's like finished. It was last week, and it was like Friday and Monday, and it was okay. Depends on the areas of Spain. The official day was last Friday. Actually, just a week ago, and in some of the places they include Thursday, and in other parts of the country they include Mondays. But I believe it's quite the same tradition. So taking the chance of the religion, we just see again or read again all the story that happened many years ago. So yeah, as usual. It's nice to know that the difference on the timings depending on the place where you are. So all the Orthodox sites and countries they're starting today. So maybe Nikos can tell us, but I think they are having bank holidays today and Monday, if I'm not wrong. Nikos, well, you have your microphone mute, so we cannot hear you now, Nikos. But I believe it's today and Monday.
Yes, you hear me now?
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, here start today the Orthodox Easter. So yes, it's nice. It's time to relax, and we take our time to rest and think about the start of summer season here in Greece. So yes, no, it's nice. It's very nice. The weather, of course, it's very nice. We have only sun and 25 degrees.
Beautiful.
Yeah, in Ukraine, the Easter is the largest religious holiday. I would say. So Christmas and Easter are the largest ones. And normally we have it's on Sunday. So Sunday is the Easter day. Normally when we have days off, we have normally on Monday. So we have Sunday is Easter, and then Monday we have a day off. And but the traditions are what I know from colleagues from Europe and in Ukraine are different traditions of what we do on Easter. So in Ukraine we have two types of culinary activities. So the first one is the baking cakes with a special white coating, and also painting eggs. So painting and then bottle of eggs, but painting eggs becoming more and more tradition many years, and in schools and at homes. This is a small masterpieces. What kids and adults can do with eggs. So it's some of them are so nice that you cannot go for eggs bottle, for example. So we just keep them in the fridge for more time just to look at it because they're so nice. So
Yes.
this is.
We have the same traditional, I think, Ukraine and Greece, because the same countries is the Orthodox countries, religion. Yes, we have the same tradition with eggs, with baking and etc.
Yeah, now we can move to our topic, robust pro. So when you bake cakes, if you need water, so robust is the filter that also can be used to get water for this kind of purposes. And I will start as usual. I will start with a small presentation that You can see my screen now, Daniel. You will help me. You will help me a little. So robust is the solution for HoReCa, for cafe, for restaurants, and when we designed robust, it was 10 years ago. So the first robust was launched on the market in 2013, and it was the robust it was the robust 1000. And we knew that there is a big potential for such kind of filters, because if you go to TripAdvisor and select, for example, Barcelona or Vienna or any other large and beautiful city in Europe, you will find out that there are so many bars, restaurants, and cafes there. So this is the amount. For example, in Barcelona, maybe Daniel will correct me if I'm wrong, but more than 8,000 cafes. 200 restaurants, but I think this is not much, and 130 bars. This is the official numbers that we took some years ago. So the potential, and every of these places, they need a filter. So they need a filter for tea, for coffee, for dishwasher, and of course for food. And we saw that we see that the robust family is needed much for this kind of applications. So when we started doing the robust, how we invented the name robust. So robust consists of few words. So the first two, RO, means that all robust are based on the reverse osmosis technology. So all robust have the RO membrane inside. Also, all of them are pumped version. Sometimes pumps are called booster pumps, and bust and booster, so they're similar words, so we decided to put it. And of course, when we started talking to barista, the Robusta is a type of coffee, and the Robusta made of metal. That means that it's quite strong and reliable piece of equipment. So altogether, it made a very nice name, Robust. That means many aspects, and we after 10 years, we still like this name. And but when we did the first robust, we didn't know much about coffee. And I will start here with the coffee and why the water is so important when you brew coffee. So I will go a little bit in explanation what really depends on what influence the taste of coffee. So there are like 5 parameters that, so when we come to a coffee place, of course, we don't think about these 5, but these 5 really makes your the cup of coffee. So first, how well or how are the coffee beans are roasted? I will explain later what are the options. Then the barista grind the beans. So also it depends how fine are they grinded. It influences the taste of coffee. Then the contact time. So how fast or how slow does the water goes through the coffee? Of course, the temperature, and finally the water quality. So the barista is the guy who actually balances these five criteria to make a perfect cup of coffee. Also, when we started selling Robust, we discovered that there are 2 types of coffee roast. So there is a light roast coffee and a dark roast. Dark roast coffee is also known as an Italian style, and light roast coffee is it is sometimes called Scandinavian type, Scandinavian style. So the key difference that in light roast, the first difference is the color and how deep it is roasted. So you see that it has a different color, different brown color. But the light roast coffee is mainly made of one botanical type of coffee, while the dark roast is a mixture of various coffee beans that are well roasted, and you have in every dark roast coffee normally tastes more or less the same. Then the coffee, the taste of the light roast is completely different. So that if you will describe with words the taste, you would say that it's sweet, sometimes it's fruity, sometimes it has some chocolate flavor, but it's almost never bitter. While when you talk about the key taste parameter of the dark roast is bitter. So when you drink the dark roast coffee, it normally has a pleasant but bitter taste. And why we should know this? It's important. The last point is very important. So to brew light roast coffee, the water should be specially balanced from the mineral point of view, mineral content point of view. So the water should contain magnesium, should contain calcium, and should contain hydrocarbons or bicarbonates. While when you brew the coffee out of dark roast beans, just purified water is okay. So water after a raw filter would be okay for this type of coffee. And the light roast coffee is also known as a specialty coffee. So if you start talking to barista and they say that they brew the specialty coffee, it means that they are doing the light roast coffee, and you have to provide them with this special type of water. I will explain again in more detail in a few slides what type of water should be for light roast. And for dark roast, this is more or less standard approach, which I believe you know. Then from the chemical point of view, the coffee consists of 3 components. So the first component is what makes the taste of coffee. So this is the variety of acids. So this is lactic acid, citric acid. This is what makes the flavor of coffee, and this is what we as water professionals should think on how to improve the taste of water, the composition of water, to improve the extraction of these components from coffee beans. So actually magnesium and calcium that are in the water helps to extract these components from the coffee bean to the coffee cup. Then there is caffeine. Caffeine actually do not have any taste. but we drink coffee mainly for caffeine, yeah, to get ourselves energized. And also there are some components that make coffee a bad taste, and we need hydrocarbons in the water to eliminate the bad influence of these components. So basically, if we talk about the best water quality for coffee, then this water should contain these three minerals: magnesium, calcium, and hydrocarbonates. And this is what water after Robust Pro has. So magnesium is very important from two aspects. So first, magnesium extracts coffee substances from coffee beans 7 times better than calcium. And if the barista use the light roast coffee and he would not have magnesium in his water, he would just spend money on expensive coffee beans, but would not get these components out of the bean. So this is just waste of money. So if they're specialty coffee guys, they should use only Robust Pro to brew coffee. And also what is important, that magnesium do not form scale. So the temperature at which the coffee is brewed is around 92 to 95 degrees Celsius. So at this temperature, the hardness, it forms scales. And when the water has more magnesium than calcium, then less scale we would have in the coffee machine. So the right water is not only to provide the good taste of coffee, but also to keep the coffee machine working in the same temperature. Then we need calcium also, because calcium add sweetness and add density to the taste of to the coffee. But we need calcium in the I would say in a moderate quantity, because it forms scale. And we need hydrocarbonates. Actually, hydrocarbonates, they balance the pH of the coffee. I believe that everyone know that when you drink coffee, it may taste acidic, and it's not pleasant acidic. So it's really sour. And when you have hydrocarbonates, the pH, this is because this sour taste of coffee, because the pH is going below 5. But when you have hydrocarbonates in the water, then the pH of the coffee would be around 6 to 7. So this coffee would taste much better. And also hydrocarbonates, they neutralize the bitterness of some acids that are in the coffee beans. So all this we have discovered after we have launched the first Robust on the market. So the funny story that when we came to the first coffee place with the first Robust 1000, and the barista were very happy because the filter was small enough to be mounted in the coffee place, and they provide enough water, so they install it. And then they measured the TDS and told us, "Oh, guys, you made a fantastic filter, but it does not make our coffee good." So they provided us, they give me a book that is called Water for Coffee. So if you are interested in, you may also read it, by Kalona, Dashwood, and Hendon. These are two guys. One of them is barista, and another one is chemist from somewhere from England. So they gave me the book and told me that you are a chemist. You should read this book, because we don't understand anything what is written there, because we are not chemists. And then when you will understand what the Water for Coffee should be, you can invent another filter and come back. So after, I think, 6 or 7 months, we came back with the Robust Pro product. And the Robust Pro provides the water of this quality. So it gives the hardness. 60% of the hardness is magnesium hardness. And it has the bicarbonates, it has the neutral pH, and the TDS of around 75 to 85 TDS. And finally, I will jump to our website. So now we have the product range of Robust filters that has the 4 units. So we have Robust Pro, we have Robust 1500, we have Robust 3000, and we have Robust Mini. They have various capacity. And as you see, this capacity, the capacity of this product range is in between the flow capacity of the residential or domestic ROs, small ones, and the commercial ROs that starts with 250 liters per hour. And then Robust family is in between. So this is a nice product range for the HoReCa, but not only HoReCa applications. And this is what we would discuss today with Daniel, what other applications and what other aspects we have on the Robust product range.
Thank you very much indeed, Rostislav, for such a beautiful introduction and presentation. I hope the coffee you're drinking might be done with nice, beautiful water from the Robust Pro, I guess, and hope so. So, well, as everybody knows, these are nice, beautiful talks that we're doing every Friday since more than a couple of months ago. So whenever any of you have any questions or would like us to participate, just let us know. And then you can just write the question down on the chat or just put your hand up, and then we will just stop and then answer your question, because the idea is that we are maintaining like a colloquial discussion between friends or between actually professional water treatment persons. And then, we're just sharing questions and answers. So whenever you have any comment or whatever you want to ask, just let us know, right? Because this is the idea of this nice share of knowledge and talks that we are doing. So I think that it's a nice, beautiful job what you have already done to create and produce such an interesting and a special product. But everyone is wondering why Robust is so special. How can you show us a little bit the way technically that maybe this product is producing the perfect water for coffee?
So Robust Pro is the main, I would say, is the main product in the product range because it is specially designed to improve the taste of coffee. And I have already shown the water composition it has. So it is, I would say, it is one of the few filters on the market, available on the market, that provides exactly what the Specialty Coffee Association is asking for. So there is for the barista, there is a special law that is called requirements of the Specialty Coffee Association that also they ask for for a water of a certain quality. And the first specialty of Robust Pro that the water after it meets this requirements. Also, it's quite a unique technology that is integrated inside, developed by our R&D. So basically, what we do. So maybe I will jump to the flow diagram of the Robust Pro. Just a moment to explain it not only in words, but also to show it on the picture.
That would be great. Thank you.
So as usual, you can download this manual on our website. So this is the flow diagram of the Robust Pro. So we have the water inlet. Then the first stage is the sediment filter. Then the water goes to the second stage, and this is the carbon filter. Then the water goes to the pump. I would skip the instruments. Maybe we will come back to them later. So then the pump, and then the water under pressure is splitted into two flows. So the first flow, and it's around 85 to 90% of the flow, goes to the membrane, and 10 to 15% go to a special cartridge that we call Pro cartridge. That has calcium, magnesium, and hydrocarbons minerals, and also it has ion exchange resin inside. So here we have a coupage of demineralized water, and a coupage, and from the top we have the water that contains the right amount of magnesium, calcium, and hydrocarbons. So inside this cartridge Pro, what we do few things. So the first, we take out some calcium and add magnesium. So even if the raw water has more calcium than magnesium, in the treated water, you would have opposite. So you would have more magnesium, you will have a little bit of calcium, and you would have hydrocarbons. And we have here a membrane, and also we have some special flow restrictors here that keeps this blending constant. And then here in this point, you have the water that I have shown in the presentation, yeah, that has 50 to 65 ppm of hardness. We have 75 to 85 TDS of ppm for TDS. We have the neutral pH, and then this water is delivered to the tank. So normally you have ability to connect it to the tank. And just before the water is delivered to the end user, to the coffee machine, or to a cup of, or just to a glass of water, the water passes through the carbon filter, and you have this water in your cup. So this is basically the technology that is integrated in the Robust Pro.
Nice. That was so nice to hear, Rosela, because I think it's a great technology with all the flow controls, and also I would like to add that we have places where to take the samples, valves where to release the pressure, when to replace the cartridges, pressure gauges to double check pressures, inlets and outlets, etc., etc. That which makes the product perfect and super reliable for the real use that we want it for. So that's great. I think there is so many different argues that we should be using constantly when we are offering this product, because we are all professional water treatments here, and we really want to push for this product on the HoReCa sector. And then the next question will be, because you were explaining us that there are like two different types of coffees, and we were wondering if this system works well for let's say both, and why? Because probably when we're offering this product to a cafeteria or a restaurant or whatever, probably they have like other offers from other people, other companies offering just a standard roll. So why can we not use a regular standard roll, and it is much better to use our Robust Pro?
So when you come and when you start talking to a coffee place, and then you discover that they are brewing the specialty coffee, so Robust Pro is the only option that we should suggest, because thanks to magnesium and calcium and hydrocarbons, we can extract all these beautiful flavors from the specialty coffee. And this is what we have to explain to the barista when we sell the Robust Pro unit for this kind of applications. Of course, if it is a regular coffee shop that is brewing the good but regular type of coffee, then you can go either to Robust 1500, or you can also suggest them Robust Pro. So in this angle, Robust Pro is a universal product for coffee shops. Sometimes when people brew just dark coffee, they may ask you for the product that costs less, and this may be the reason that they do not really need the Robust Pro water. And then you could suggest them the regular Robust unit, not a regular domestic filter. So this is the option. Another perspective on the Robust Pro is the taste of water. So in a good coffee shops and good cafeterias, normally you are also served with a bottle of water or at least with a glass of water. So Robust Pro, the water that I shown has a very good taste. So magnesium adds to the water a nice bitter taste, and you have a perfect water, especially if it is a little bit chilled. This is the water that is very I would say it has the same water as the water from the spring. And this is also a way how we sell it. So if the cafeteria serves water and they are focusing on the taste, so Robust Pro is also a good choice.
This is important because sometimes you can just have, let's say, a small little bakery that they only have a coffee machine and this is it. But in many cases, in most of the cases, we're gonna be talking with a cafeteria, something bigger, even a restaurant or hotel or even bigger than that. So then what happened? They are asking for, let's say, like a global water treatment solution for the whole place, and then they are not only focused on the coffee. And then this is one beautiful thing that they always ask for, which is the drinking water, which is great. But in many cases, they also ask for other things, because if it's bigger and they are also cooking, or they are also for the internal use for drinking, for the personal to drink, or also, let's say, even for the dishwasher. No, when we're talking about a high top restaurant, they need the super low TDS water for the dishwasher, etc. So the question is if we can use the Robust Pro only for coffee, or I mean, if it will fit, for instance, for the dishwasher. For drinking, it's clear that it will. But if we have, for instance, a steam cooker, will that also work? Shall we go for another model from the complete Robust line? How can we manage this?
So you have so if we have selected the Robust Pro as the filter for the drinking water, for the coffee, for the tea, and then there is also, this is for the bar. You normally in a cafeteria you have a bar where you do the drinks, and the second part of the cafeteria is the kitchen. So for the kitchen, in this case, we suggest to use one of the other Robust 1500 or Robust 3000 to deliver demineralized water, especially for dishwashing machines, for steam cookers, because for the kitchen equipment you need, as you have mentioned, low TDS water. So basically, we should suggest two robust filters, two separate filters, to meet all the requirements of the customer. Because if you would install Robust Pro and if you would use water of the Robust Pro for the steam boiler, for the steam cooker, or for the dishwashing machine, it won't work well. Yeah, because the magnesium and the calcium would leave the stains either on the glassware or on the steam cooker. So in this case, we should go parallel. Also, there are some cases when the cafeteria, they serve the dark roast coffee and they are not asking you for the water with magnesium. So in this case, it might be easier, yeah, for us and for the end user. So we will just install one Robust of the family, just with the demineralized water, and then you will deliver it both to the kitchen equipment and to the coffee machine and to the tea making station. So this is the approach we follow.
Great. This is nice and interesting to know, because depending on the place where we go, we need to know what system to advise and propose, depending on the necessity and the capacity, which is probably the next point. No, a little bit also depending on the capacity or how big or the amount of water they need, you can put one or another. But mainly it's important to know that the quality of the outlet of the Pro, it's mainly for coffee and drinking, and depending on the other needs, we have to go with another system. So we are wondering a little bit, because when we just go, we have to, in many cases, because not everybody has such a specially made and thought a role for coffee. So we are fighting with the domestic. And then what are the main difference between robust and a domestic row? Just for us to have nice technical argues to defend ours against the standard ones.
I would answer this as a story that happened actually to me when I was developing the robust family. So almost in every coffee place where we came with the robust, almost everyone tell us that we don't need the robust such a big filter. We have a domestic filter, we have a tank. This is very cheap. We put it in under the sink and we brew coffee. But when we started to talk and to explain that, look, you have such a big water supply, water demand, because you serve 100 of coffee cups a day, then you have some tea, then people are asking for water, so it can be 200-300 liters of water per day. And then they started listening to us, and when after a while, one of the barista who started using robust, he told me that when I asked him what is the big benefit for you from the robust, and he told me that when you replace the domestic by robust, I can do my favorite job. I can brew coffee instead of running to the supermarket to buy a bottle of water. And I said, why? How it has happened? He said, oh, it's very easy. When you have like Monday or Tuesday, and you have like not so many people coming, the small filter is enough. But when you have like Tuesday, Friday, and especially on the weekends, we have much more people, and the tank I have is empty very fast, and then I have a queue of people, and I have no water, and I cannot brew coffee. What I do, I have a supermarket just nearby, so I tell them, wait. I run to the supermarket, I buy like 10-15 liters of water in the 5-liter bottles, then somehow put it in the coffee machine, because they have these self-suction pumps. But when you put a robust in my cafeteria, I never run to the supermarket to buy a bottle of water. I just do my favorite work. I brew coffee. So this is basically what the robust family is designed for. So when we balance in the right way the capacity of the robust and the tank, we can actually provide enough water for the cafe, especially for weekends. So this is very important. We should not look at the water consumption on the working days. Yeah, we should select the robust on the peak days, and normally this is Saturday and Sundays. And when you look at the robust family, so we have robust 1500. Basically, this is amount of water that robust can provide a day. Then we have robust 3000. So this is also 3000 liters a day. When you come to a coffee place, what I know, almost never they know how much water they need. So this is also another tricky story. So sometimes you need to sit, ask them how many coffee you would serve, tea, and then you take a calculator, then you multiply these portions by 100 ml or 150 ml, and then finally you have the idea of how much water they need. But from the rule of thumb, so if it's a cafeteria or a coffee shop, go for robust 1500. If it's a restaurant, go to robust 3000. And if they don't have money, but they need a filter, then go to Robust Mini. And I have already explained the Robust Pro. So if you are in a specialty coffee area, so definitely Robust Pro is for specialty coffee.
Great. So it is clear that they are always lying. That's something important that we have to know. This is always happening. Same as whatever they ask for an industrial application, they will always say less amount of water than what they really need. So please consider that even put a flow meter, leave it for a week, come back, and that will be the real thing. Also considering the peak flow, that's super important. I mean, the peak moment where they have a lot of people there, when they have to serve many coffees, that's the real consumer. We have to be ready for that. So otherwise, you might need like 3 or 5 different pressure tanks, one after the other in parallel, which occupies a lot of space, etc., which doesn't make any sense also to keep so much water during so long, etc. So these are nice, beautiful reasons why a robust makes a big difference between a standard domestic RO. And then we just classify this as a direct flow, right? And then, well, the question is a little bit why. And also, well, you have already explained the variety or the different models that we have, because depending on the necessity and the capacity, we have like 4 products in the range. So why is it called direct flow, and why the reason to have these 4 different product ranges for the robust line?
So so this is a very good question, because sometimes this direct flow name leads to misunderstanding how to apply the product in the right way. So when we say the direct flow, we mean that any of the robust can operate without a tank, without additional tank, just on the faucet. Yeah, so if you have a faucet, or if you have another or a big tap, so you can open a tap, robust will switch on, and then you will have quite a stable water flow. However, we should also understand that if we connect robust to a kitchen equipment, we should investigate a little bit what is the peak consumption of a particular equipment. For example, a coffee machine. So sometimes the coffee machine can consume 2 or 3 liters in 10-15 seconds, because the large coffee machines, they have their own pump, and they have the connection. They have half-inch or 3/8 or half-inch or 3/8 connection. So if we have the direct connection of robust to the coffee machine, we have to install a tank in between. So a good story and a good thing that we understand this need, and every robust unit has a prepared connection to the tank. So on the back side of every robust, there is a connection to tank. It is plugged. When you get it from the factory, it is plugged, and you can just straight away connect the tank to that connection point. And then when the coffee machine would open the valve, the water from the tank with the high flow would be delivered to the coffee machine, and the coffee machine would not go to the alarm. So, and this is what we recommend in the manuals, and also we have a special robust kit that helps, that is very handy for you to connect all together robust, tank, and kitchen equipment in one system.
This is nice to know, and it's important, as you will say, depending on the device that we are fitting with this water, they need a specific flow or pressure just to open the inlet electro valve that they used to have. So that's important. In many cases, we even ask directly to the manual, for the manual of this steam oven, this washer or coffee machine, to be sure that we are giving the right pressure and flow of our nice treated water for that use, to be sure that the system will open and work properly. So this is great. So now we know why we have 4 different ranges, and why we call it direct flow. I mean, it is true that it's a direct flow because the amount of gallons per day through the membranes that the systems are giving is high. Even the Pro is even higher because we are mixing part of filtrated, so it's even higher than that. But we need to accumulate a little bit to be able to, open the inlet electro valves that we find inside devices that we are fitting in many cases. And another question is because we have, for instance, in case we need like a big production, so we want to use the Robust 3000, which is the 2 membranes of 100 gallons, which means the 1,000 gallons per day production, which is great. But imagine that the 3,000 doesn't fit, right? Because it's inside the complete range. We have 4 products, and the biggest one is the 3,000. And it makes sense because it has a big blue 10 inches pre-filtration and 2 membranes of 50 gallons. But what about if it doesn't fit? What can we do?
So I would hear I will answer this question in the following way. We can also ask this question our guests. What do you do when I believe that every one of you has installed a filter in the HoReCa, and how do you handle this issue when people in the restaurant, they need a filter but they don't have space? This is a very typical situation. Yeah. So it would be very nice from you to write in the chat. What do you install? What kind of filters? If you have any experience in that? While I will be answering the question of Daniel, it would be very nice to know. Also, the competition on the kitchen is very high. So you are right. And also I will also would like to go back a little bit on the discussion with the domestic RO. This is also one of the case why the domestic RO is not a good product for the HoReCa, because normally if you put the small filter, like domestic filter, then you would need to install few big tanks. And this is normally impossible because all the place is already occupied by somebody else, by the dishwasher, by some cookware, by the, I don't know, ice generator. And this is a very good question. So it's to have a balance. Yeah, the filter with higher capacity and smaller tank, or smaller filter with bigger tank. So in my opinion, we should go to the larger capacity of the filter and smaller tank, because then it would make the whole system operating in a much better way. And still, we know this competition, and now we are developing. I will share my screen again. And now we are developing a robust 4000. Actually, this is a new filter that should appear already this year. So this is the filter that was made just for the purpose you are asking, when you need a high amount of water, but with limited space. So this is the filter we are producing. We are actually assembling now the first batch. And you see, this is only, it's 182 millimeters. This is the centimeters, millimeters. This is the width. Also, it has a little bit more than 500 millimeters the height and the depth. So it's rectangular, but it's very narrow. So it's quite narrow, and we believe that this filter would fit the majority of the kitchens in the HoReCa, and also it has integrated 2-liter tank inside. So this is specially designed for the dishwashing, not only, but specially designed for the dishwashing machines that needs 3 liters of water in the tank at a very short period of time, just to fill the tank of the dishwashing machine. And then basically you do not need external tank to do this. As soon as it is ready, we will also, I think this could be another topic for the robust product ranges, to present robust 4000 in the nearest future. We don't have any messages in the chat. It means that our guests have less experience. Or still have no experience in the filter installation in the HoReCa, which I believe not the case, but okay.
Or maybe too much experience, who knows?
Too much experience, yeah.
Or just they are getting ready for Eastern. In any case, I think that the typical answer for that, Rostislav, is just to put the whole installation away from the coffee machine, because you are just looking as an installer, you're looking for the empty corner, just the place, and sometimes you find it very, very far away because it's full of riches, as you will say, and many other things that they need to work daily. And then what happened, the farther away that you install it, the less pressure and flow that arrives to the system, which is not very good. So this balance in between the amount of pressure tanks and the distance between these pressure tanks and the coffee machine, it's important. At the same time, this new system, it's beautiful. It's really well thought for this application. It's having the same capacity as the 3000. So I think it's so good, and it is good enough to make one special talk in a couple of months when this will be launched. I think in June or July will be finally launched, and we will make an official, nice, beautiful presentation during one of these Friday talks. So
Also, I would like to add. I would like to add on the case where the filter and the tank is installed far away from the machine. Also, of course, we should mind that the pipes. We should mind the pipes, and in this case, we always recommend to go at least ½ inch or 1 inch diameter of the pipes, in order to have enough flow and in order to have enough pressure for the kitchen equipment. And this is very important, and this is also a very good solution for such an applications where there is no space, but you could do it remotely.
this is interesting. We have a question, Rusty, if you could please.
So in the robust family, we use in the robust 1500, robust Pro, and robust 3000. We use Ecosoft 500 GPD membranes. So they all have one membrane, and the robust 3000 has 2 membranes installed. Robust Mini has 3 100 GPD membranes. And maybe I touched here the robust Mini. I should also a little bit explain why robust Mini was designed, because I a little bit skipped this moment. So when we launched the robust family, there are still many coffee places, like small cafes, that really want a water filter, but they want it at a very low budget. And we faced so many difficulties, because when we offered them robust 1500, they said, "This is too expensive. Can you please sell us domestic raw?" And then we were forced to do that because, well, we didn't have any other solution. But then they had problem. They have issues with lack of water, and then we decided to improve a little bit the domestic filter by installing 2 more membrane and integrating inside 100 GPD membrane. And so we meet both. So we provide cost-effective solution for these small cafes, but also with high flow. And this is also a very good solution for you. So when you have such a request.
This is great. Yeah, always looking for the balance and always covering every single new demand that we can find in the market. That's great to be aware about a complete range, which means that we are covering everything with that complete range. And maybe we can go a little bit more deeper on what is the system included in the sense of the installation, or just the fact of, let's say, the typical question of why is this system does not including, let's say, a faucet. No, some people can wonder, or let's say how to connect several equipments to one robust. No, maybe just a little bit to see what does it include, why doesn't it does not include a faucet, and how to connect these several different equipments that you might have in this restaurant or bar to one robust.
This is a very important question, and I would before jumping to answer, I would like to explain the logic behind why we do in this or that way. So first, when we deliver the robust, any of the robust, we think first we put there enough components so that you can connect it to the water supply. You connect it to the drainage system, and then you could connect it to any external devices. And of course, all the cartridges, all the membranes should be in the box. So this is first logic. And then since only Robust Pro delivers, in our opinion, water with a good taste, so for this reason, we provide a faucet only to Robust Pro, because we do not recommend to drink water after other robust. Well, you can drink it, of course, it's drinkable, but it's not tasty. And we think the water should have a very nice taste. So this is the reason why all other robust does not have a faucet. So now I will jump, I will share my screen with you again. So in every manual, in the manual, not every, because we have one manual for all robust. In the manual, you have the scope of supply, what is inside the box. So for example, robust mini. So the system, the cartridges, membranes, then we have the adapter, the connection to drain, the feed valve, tubes, and service ranges. Then we discontinued production of robust 100. Now we have robust 1500. So in this, the filter has a similar scope of supply. So we have, I would not go through it. And then we have the Robust Pro. So Robust Pro has the faucet because we recommend to drink this water. Also, I would like to jump to the diagram that is, you can find it actually where you can find it. You can go to the our website, and then you can find Robust Kit in the downloads. There is a very nice flow diagram on how we see the connection of Robust to the external devices. So this is the Robust Pro scope of supply. So with white lines, we explain what is supplied with the Robust, and in blue it is shown what is supplied. No, I think it's vice versa. Sorry, in blue what is supplied inside the filter, and the white what is supplied in the Robust kit. So in the Robust, just the filter, you have the fitting to connect to the 1/2-inch thread. Then you have a ball valve. Then you have a drain line connection, and then you have some fittings. You have fittings to connect the outlet of the water. And then when you purchase the connection pack, you have T's, you have more connection threads, more ball valves, so that you could connect the coffee machine, you connect the ice making machine, and of course you have fittings to connect the 3/4 inch to connect the pressure tank with the 3/4 thread. That is very convenient because everything is nicely packed. You may see it on this picture. So you have all the fittings inside, you have the scheme, you have enough tubes, and actually by having robust connection kit and the tank, you can easily connect many kitchen equipment as well as faucet without additional equipment. If someone needs, then we have a question. If someone needs to do a bypass from the Robust Pro, what is recommended to do and what parts to use? I would not recommend to do a bypass at the Robust Pro because the water is nicely blended. But if you will explain, if you will explain why you want to do a bypass, maybe I will not maybe, but I will answer differently. And then we have a question. Maybe I can guess what Nikos is asking. So if you are asking how we should do a bypass on the Robust 1500, for example. So in this case, you may use the needle valve. Actually, you could do it. Actually, you can open the Robust 1500, and if you have a needle valve in place, you can easily integrate it. You will find a place to integrate the needle valve inside, and then you could have blending. So this is what we recommend. And then the question from Stanislav. Provided the maintenance, replacement, software, diagnostics. I believe I will provide I will answer shortly this time, but I think the maintenance and the more technical details would be a good topic for the next Friday talks. So basically, when we talk about the maintenance of the robust, is the replacement of the cartridges. So when we replace the membrane elements, so we take into consideration that the capacity of the 500 GPD membrane is 40,000 liters. So after 40,000 liters, you have to replace the membrane. The cartridges that we have in the robust 1500, then we recommend to replace them. We recommend to replace them every 8 to 10,000 liters. So it depends on the water quality. So basically, this is the maintenance. According to the software, so there is no software in the robust. So this is quite a simple electrical scheme. So there is no software to, or there is no diagnostic software. And also the special maintenance is Robust Pro require, because Robust Pro has this special Pro cartridge, and this Pro cartridge should be replaced every 5,000 liters. That is not actually a large amount of water. And this is another reason why we recommend to install Robust Pro only for coffee and drinking water, because if you would install Robust Pro on the whole kitchen, then you would need to replace the cartridges quite often. And a secret thing about the Robust Pro cartridge is that when you run out of capacity, barista would fill it immediately. So after 5,000 liters, the amount of magnesium and calcium is going down, and the coffee taste is changing immediately. So like the next day, they would call you and tell come and change the cartridges. So this is what also you should know about the Robust Pro cartridges. So basically, this is basically the answer. I think
Great.
it's
No,
already 1 hour we are talking.
Yeah, we try not to extend much more than that. So we appreciate the questions. Nikos, if there is anything special that you need to do or to bypass any special rules, let me know. I'll just answer you privately. And yeah, well, I was not really having much many more questions. The last one was a little bit about the maintenance that you have already answered. So this is it from at least from my side.
Yeah, also thank you for nice questions. Also thank you for visiting us. I think we will decide what we would talk next time. I want to finish this. I want to finish this this meeting by showing our page. So now we have a special place on the Ecosoft website. So if you scroll down, you would have the Friday live talks here. And what is useful here, that here in the bottom, we have connected all the videos of the previous meetings are here. So you can browse them. So the commercial, the valves, and then you could look this video here. So I think this is very, it would be very useful for everyone who missed previous meetings, so you can easily find the videos here. So at this point, thank you for everyone. Have a nice end of the Friday. Have a nice weekends. Have a nice Easter. See you next Friday.
Thank you very much, and happy Easter to everyone.
Bye.
Take care.